This is a quick tutorial for division with 2-digit divisors, and the strategy we're focusing on in this video is partial quotients. Remember, there's a lot of different strategies to do division, and partial quotients is the strategy for this video. So here we have 2,760 divided by 30. 30 is our divisor. 2,760 is the dividend. So we're going to set it up. And remember, when we set up our partial quotients, we want to give ourselves a lot of room underneath to record our work. So I'm going to put 30 here. So the idea with partial quotients is we are going to continue putting multiples of 30 into 2,760 until we have no dividend left, or we have less than 30, so we cannot put any more in. So we're going to start with 10 30s. So we're going to try to put 10 30s in, and we want to mentally check that that's going to work first. 10 times 30 is 300. Yes, we can do that. You could have thought, could I put 100 30s in? No, that wouldn't work because that would be 3,000 and that would be too much. So 10 times 30 is 300. And so we will subtract that and get 2,460. Now we can look at that and think, oh, that's going to take me a lot of tens. Maybe I should, and you can still do a lot of tens. You can keep going 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, all the way down your paper, and it's still going to work. You could also think, well, maybe I'll double that. Maybe I'll put 20 30s in. Well, 20 times 30, 2 times 3 is 6. We have 2 zeros, so that's going to be 600. We can take a little bit bigger of a chunk away, and that is just fine. Okay, let's do another 20. Remember, you can still do tens all the way down. That's okay too. Since I'm going to go back to that 20 and explain it a bit more. We doubled the 10. 20 is double 10, so we would double the 300. But you can also look 20 times 30. 2 times 3, 6. Okay, let's get back to this. Let's see how much we have left to do. All right, we have 1,260 left. Let's do another 20. Don't forget to write your numbers. These are your quotients that you're writing off to the side. You're going to need those later to add up. So we're going to subtract another 600. All right, we're getting down there now. So now let's do another 20, and we can see that that's going to work, and it's going to get us very close. Excellent. So now we have 60 left, so obviously we can't do another 20. We keep going until this bottom number down here is less than our divisor, less than 30, and it's not now. And we see that we can go 2. 2 times 30 is 60. And now we're ended with a 0, so no remainder. If we had a number there that was less than 30, that would be our remainder. So we're still not done. We want to add up our numbers. So we have 10 plus 20 is 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2. So 2,760 divided by 30 equals 92. Let's go ahead and move on and do another one. Okay, so this one we have 4,200 divided by 64. So I'm going to get it right up here at the top of the paper. Get my line ready. And let's see how many 64s I can put into 4,200. I'm going to start, I'm going to start with 10. All right, 10 64. So 10 times 64, remember when we're multiplying a number by 10, we just tack on our 0. 640. Make sure you're lining your numbers up. Doing our borrowing. Okay, I can do another 640, but I think I'm going to double it and go 20. So I'm going to double this 640. Now if you need to go off to the side and figure out what that would be, do that. So doubling 640 So you could just add 640 twice, or you could go 640 times 20. So you can do some work off to the side to see what your number should be. So I'm going to go 20 times 640, which is 1,280. And I'm going to subtract that. Okay, I'm going to do that again. I can see that that would fit again. I'm left with 1,000. I can't do 20 again because 1,280 is too much. So I'm going to go back to 10. I'm going to go back to 640 and subtract that. Now, remember, when you're subtracting zeros, it can get a little bit tricky. So you need to pay attention to what you are doing. So I can't borrow from the 0, so I need to make it a 10 and borrow from that. But since I made that a 10, I need to borrow from the thousands place. So I have 360, and I can't go 640 from that, right? But maybe I could do 5. So 5 times 64 is going to be half of what 10 times 64 is. So I can take half of 640. So remember that 10 is an easy one to go down to because you take half of what the 10 times the divisor was. So half of 640 is 320. And I'm left with 40. Well, I can't, 40 is less than 64, so I'm done. So I add these up, 30, 40, 50, 65, 65, remainder 40. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more. At this point, if you'd like to pause it and try it on your own and then check it with my answer, you can do that, or you can just watch me model one more. So I'm going to set this one up, 4,200 divided by 20, get my line in there. Okay, now I could do 10, which would be 200, but I could try one, 20 times 100. If I tried 120s, so 2 times 1 with the 3 zeros, that would be 2,000. That would take a nice chunk off. All right, instead of listing a bunch of 10s, which you can still do, you can do little steps or bigger steps, that's up to you. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking 120s, and I'm putting 120s in there, and then I'm going to see what I have left to see how many more 20s I can put into my dividend. All right, so 120s fits into 4,200, and I still have 2,200 left. So I can put another 120s in. So I'm going to see what I have left. Okay, I have 200 left. So far I have put, 20 has gone into 4,200 200 times. 200 times. And I still have 200 left of my 4,200 to put the 20 into. And I know that I can put it in 10 times. I can put 20 into 200 10 times. So 10 times 20 is 200, and I'm left with 0, so no remainder. And here's my quotient, 210. And that is a quick tutorial on how to divide by 2-digit divisors using the strategy partial quotients.